I know that you
Definitely.
had a lot of newcomers on your podcast, so I think
Yes.
part of your journey that's making it interesting is that you're meeting a lot of beginners, which is
Definitely.
fine.
I'm a beginner too. So,
It works.
yes, no, it works perfectly because I'm a beginner too. So I'm still finding my ways to be a better host, of course, and as well to be more technical in the setup that I set up. So,
You know what made me feel better? Part of this journey was realizing how no one has it figured out completely,
definitely,
and it's fine.
yeah.
And it's fine. I used to get so anxious saying, I don't have the answers. And I realized no one really has all of the answers. Someone has some answers, and it's important to get some answers. So it's not a lazy approach, oh, it's fine, the answers will come. But I'm very happy that I'm now accepting that my opinion can change. And I live for moments where I speak to someone and my opinion changes because it means I learn something new. And I'm trying not to take life so seriously. Is that it's fine. It's fine to do something and you have to do it again and again and again until you manage. I'm getting very much accepting of failure. I hate it, but I realize how it's part of a process.
Yeah.
I'm a bad loser, but I realize how losing is part of the game.
I think the baddest thing about losing is not knowing why you lost, in the sense that you can only get so far on your own. So if you don't have the right people surrounding you or the right person, perhaps it can be your enemy, in inverted commas, who can pinpoint exactly the reason why you lost. If you lack that information, failing can be very frustrating.
Yes.
But if you had that information, I lost because I wasn't fast enough, or I didn't react well enough, or my response was not accurate, at least you know why. At least you have an answer, so you can work on that for future reference.
Yes.
But if you don't know, you're stuck in a spiral of thoughts and rumination that,
It's a cycle of death
yeah.
until you get out of it. And I think we all go through our own cycles of death because we're not immune to anything, no? You quoted a lot from The Art of War by Sun Tzu. It's a small, one of the smallest books with the most meaning that I ever got from a small book. But yes, going back to your original point, dealing with your inner cycles of death is important because only you can get you out of the cycle of death.
Yeah.
But it takes time and it's hard. And I remember you telling me how part of what your mission is to help people lead themselves. No?
Yeah.
Leading yourself is realizing that you need to change. So acceptance is the first step, as they always say. No. But then acceptance is short. You can accept over time, but once you accept, it's fine. Doesn't mean that you solve the problem by accepting. It's the first step for a reason. Catharsis is something that I went through and I am still going through. And I don't think I will ever stop. Of realizing how to be more intelligent. Emotionally intelligent. And obviously intelligent from a knowledge perspective. So let's start with the knowledge perspective. I realized how the more you get to know something, the more you have to accept that you know nothing. So, and the more I read, the more I learn and converse with experts or people who know more than me. That's important to me. I need to surround myself with people who know more than I do. I realize how I really know nothing. But it's fine. Because I'm not finished. That is why I go back to my original point. I'm not finished yet. There's always something else that I can do. And then from an emotional intelligence perspective, I learned this through therapy, mostly. Emotional intelligence, I learned is how to handle hard situations. And how to handle hard situations is not panicking, taking a good deep breath, and identify how you have to slow down a bit before you do a decision. And emotional intelligence is a lot of that, at least from my journey. I'm sure that it's way more than that, but that's how I learned that my emotional intelligence needed to be better.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's very much aligned with your blue personality, or
The blue personality.
because you needed the data, you needed the information in order to process your emotions. And most definitely emotions are colorful in the sense that people experience them in a slightly different way and interpret them in a different way as well. And might not be slight, the difference in the interpretation. And it depends on the way that you are viewing the world in that current state and that position in time. So 10 years ago, I would have interpreted my emotions in a different way than the one that I'm interpreting them now. So it changes, the interpretation of the emotion changes with you. I think emotional intelligence is twofold. So it's understanding your own emotions and I would say understanding or deciphering the emotions of others.
Deciphering is the best word that you could have said.